Hey, Grand Rising YouTube. It's been a while. It's been a while. So I'm in a different spot, so I don't have my whiteboard to give you a visual of what I'm going to be speaking about today. So bear with me. I don't have any equipment or anything like that to give you a visual. And that's important because I'm a visual person. So I like to incorporate uh, something visual that you can see when I am sharing information with you that I received to talk about. So as you know, my channel is all about the physical meeting the spiritual, because you are both a physical being as well as a spiritual being. You are energy beings because you are part of source, which makes you which makes you divine. Okay, it makes you divine. Those of you that follow me and have watched my videos, you know that nothing is rehearsed. It's just off the dome, and you get it how I give it, raw, and that's that. I don't edit my videos or do any of those things. I'm just talking to you as if you was in front of me. Okay, that's how I roll. All right, so today I'm talking about those of you who are elevating spiritually, coming into your power and starting to know who you are as a divine being. Yay! And so you have partners that seem to not be keeping up with you, with your elevation, right? And it's kind of frustrating you a little bit. You're wondering if you're outgrowing your partner. You know, you're having questions about if this is the right person for me because they just can't seem to relate with what I'm talking about. And that's very normal. I want you to know that is very normal. You know, uh, this has been coming up a lot. So a lot of things that I come on here and talk about is my own personal experiences, or maybe some downloads, or from my own clients, okay? Issues that some of my clients may be having. And certain aspects of those things I am guided to share with you. So that's what this channel is all about. Yeah. So some of you are questioning, you know, these things about your partner. And I wanted to come on here and expound a little bit more about that, because it's important for you to really understand what's happening in your relationship dynamic for those of you that are growing. So when we are energetic beings, okay? We are energetic beings. We're not just physical. We are energetic beings, okay? Now, you know that if you just take your hand and rub your hand together like that, and just rub your hand together like that, you're going to feel something, okay? You might feel the vibration. You might feel some tingling or whatever. That's energy, all right? And I will show you a visual because this has been proven, all right? It's not something that I'm just making up. Because of that energy inside you, and you're coming into your essence, when we are in relationships with other people, especially intimate relationships, there are entanglements that are happening. We get entangled with that person, believe it or not. That's why after a while people say they start looking alike, you know what I mean? Or they start taking on each other's ways and different things like that, even though they're still their individual, right? You've seen this. So this is why, because of the entanglements. And in an intimate relationship, those entanglements are very, very powerful. They're very powerful. And you start knowing that person in and out. Some of us come together with people and we can finish their sentence. We know what they're thinking. We know, we just get to know them, right? And we appreciate their seeming to be opposite from us, because that complements us and you compliment them. They're opposite, right? And especially when you allow a person to be themselves and have room to still have their individuality. Okay, now if you're not doing that, then you're attempting to control that person, and that's going to cause problems. Okay, so when your partner is not keeping up with your growth, I want you to know that you are impacting them. You are affecting them. I want to say you are affecting them very powerfully, whether you know it or not, because of the frequency that you are emanating, which is a vibration. So because of your vibration going out in your entanglement, that is affecting your mate. And they're watching you. They're seeing your growth and they're watching you, okay? And they may not know what to do with that just yet. So they may start to question you. They may even start to combat you. Yeah. And that combative energy is to continue to help your growth. Okay. All right, Victoria, what you talking about? Yeah, because what happens is it's going to cause you to start to go within, to think about the things that they're saying, the combative words that they're using. My eyes are tearing up. Oh. Combative words that they're using, but you're going to pay attention to what they're saying. So I want you to start to, well, I not want you to, but I suggest, okay, to start to tune out the emotional tone that they're using, right? Because we relate to people's tones is what we're doing. We react to people's tones. So what I suggest and what you want to do is listen to what they're saying, the tone of it, but you're not attached to it. Detach yourself from it, okay? And then you go within and ask the question, is this their stuff or my stuff? That's the first thing you want to know. Is this their stuff or my stuff? If it's their stuff, you ain't got nothing to do with that. That's their stuff. They got to work that out. And maybe you can, maybe it'll come to you. Just relax. And it'll come to you on how to assist them with bringing that out. And sometimes not even saying a word. Sometimes you can just be quiet. Your quietness is very powerful. Especially during your elevation, spiritual elevation, your quietness is so powerful. Trust me on that. And so you may, so you want to ask, is it their stuff or is this my stuff being revealed to me? That's what you want to know. And then just pay attention, yes or no. If you know how to do muscle testing, muscle test that. You know, you can muscle test these questions, you know. Is this something that I need to respond to or no? Is it something that I need to respond to or no? Okay. And that'll let you know you're just in a listening mode or you're going to ask a question to assist them. Not respond in a way that they think you're going to respond, all emotional and all that. No, you just ask them a question because you are attempting to understand why this is showing up, what's happening. Is it something with your partner, right? Or is it something with you during your growth? And so now you're going to assist them in their growth because they're growing too through this. So that may happen. They may be supportive, okay? So they may support you on that and they're just observing you. They're observing you and you dropping down in all these different things. You are embracing your shadow self. You're embracing all of you. Yeah, and you might be journaling these things. You might be doing that and using your different modalities. You might be doing some breath work. They're watching you through all of that. Okay? So my suggestion is to be patient with your partner, especially if you really love them. Y'all been together for a while maybe, or maybe it's a new relationship during your growth. And you happen to meet this person that just fit you and you love them, but they're not in their growth yet, right? And you're like, I don't know. I don't know if this is the right person for me. I just don't know. They don't seem to be growing with me, you know? So that may not be the case, you know? You have to give it time. You have to see. You have to just see because they may surprise you. and start growing themselves. They'll start asking you questions. And then they start asking you questions and you're like, that's all right. Yeah. So now we can have this conversation and you can start sharing with them what's going on with you. Because before that, during your growth, you may have wanted to be alone most of the time. I know I even experienced that. I kind of be off into seclusion, not wanting to really be around people during my spiritual growth. I was meditating a lot. And even to this day, when there are shifts happening within me, I tend to not want to be around people. I want to be alone, and so sometimes people around me might be wondering, might be thinking, oh, she acting funny and stuff like that. And that's not the case. It's just that a spiritual something is happening, right? A spiritual breakthrough might be happening. You might have discovered that, oh my goodness, I'm a healer, or I'm a channeler. It may just came out of you, you know what I'm saying? Different ways. And so you want to be alone to kind of explore this because you've been on this spiritual journey. How do you know you're on a spiritual journey? Is when you start questioning things, right? You grew up in the church or whatever religion, the church is like the most popular main thing. But there are other religions that people grow up with, and so because I talk with people and work with people of all ethnicities and different backgrounds and things like that. So you grew up a certain way, believe in a certain thing, and then you just start questioning it. That's how you know you're on a spiritual journey, when you start questioning. When you're looking around, you're like, I don't know about that no more. That's, you know what I'm saying? And you start praying because that's all you know at the moment, and that's fine. And so, and certain things are starting to be revealed to you, and you might fight it at first, but then you start to really understand it, because when that happens, that is your divinity speaking to you and elevating you up and causing you to remember. And then you start listening to people like me and other people that are out here doing this exercise or engagement, during this engagement of causing you to remember who you are, because that's all we're doing. None of us know everything, and I don't come on here to pretend to know and have the answers to everything. When I come on here, it's because what people say, a download has happened, and I was told to go and do a video and share this. That's why you don't see me on here all the time. I'm back though. It's been a while, life been lifing. If you're wondering where I've been, for those of you who do follow me, I appreciate you so much, because this is a brand new channel. And if you've been wondering where I've been, I had to drop everything. Remember, I had my whiteboard. I had just got into my new place, got my whiteboard, and I can now, show you a visual of what I'm talking about and things like that. And then I had to drop all that and move back to my hometown to take care of my dad, my hospice dad, who have now passed in January. And it took me all of February and March just grieving. Grief is a real thing. And I am writing a book about that. And also, while I'm mentioning this, on June 29th on my Instagram page, so be sure to go over there and follow me. I have a special event. We're going to be going live there and answering your questions. And I have a special person that's going to be on there with me. I'm so excited. And we're going to be engaging with you certain exercises. So you're going to leave very elevated from that. So be sure and follow me over there on Instagram and keep up with the announcement. But it's going to be, right now it's planned to be June 29th, and I think it's going to be June 29th at like 5 p.m. Central Time, which is 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So yeah, it's on a Sunday. All right. So that's that announcement right there. So yeah, I'm being guided to do some different things than what I was doing in the past. And so I'm going to be bringing you more, I'm going to be sharing with you, let's say, more downloads and different things that have been coming to me during this seclusion, that I feel would be helpful to some of you. You could think about, and other people that you've been listening to, and when you come and listen to me, will validate, what they've said, or things like that, because that happens to me as well too. I'm so happy that we have a lot of people out here that is doing this engagement with you, and sharing some insights and things, because all we're doing is activating your DNA and causing you to remember who you are. That's what it's about. Okay. So let me see what else I want to say about that. So entanglements with your person, your partner, doesn't seem to be keeping up. So as you are patient with them, and let's say they start asking you questions, and you're starting to answer, and y'all starting to have this conversation, what you're doing is elevating them now. You're assisting them in their elevation. Okay. And it becomes interesting. Now, this download is coming so fast, and I want to slow it down for you. Okay, so you're having these interesting conversations. They are elevating as well in their spiritual journey, right? And now y'all, it's just beautiful. You can have these interesting conversations. Now you're open to share with them certain things that may be happening with you. You can practice, with your partner, because it's opening up now. That person is opening up now, and it's a beautiful thing, and you're loving it, and y'all having fun with it. It just took them a while. It just took them they're on their own spiritual path. Now, the opposite could happen. The opposite can happen, because you might bring out something in them that is not conducive to the relationship anymore, because they want it to stay the way it was, and here you is changing. So you will know when that happens. You will know when it's over. You will know, because it's, for me, in my marriage, it was like I literally felt that entanglement that was going on leave my body, literally. And I just felt, when I looked at him as my children's father, and as somebody I know, but not somebody I should continue to be with. I knew it. Like, you just know. And this is something that can't be explained. Certain high spiritual things cannot be explained. I've said this before in a video. We don't have the words for it. We can do our best to explain it, okay? To help you relate to what we're talking about, right? So you will know when that happens, when that connection is no longer there. And it's not that you don't love the person anymore or care about them or anything. You just know that how can I say, their stay in your life is over at that point. It's over at that point. Okay. So, and that's because of your elevation and them not wanting to elevate, or, the energy that they're vibrating on is just not conducive with your energy, and it's not going to be conducive to your energy in this lifetime. Okay. That when that dissipates, it's almost like it feels like it dissipates. You just know. And so what happens is then, you're just going to move on with your life. You have to, and it may be painful. Right? It may be painful. There may be children involved, so you got to think about all those other things, when I was a parenting coach, I would help parents through those type of situations, you know, and it turned out okay. Because a lot of times you just don't know how to handle it. And it's the reason why I had to go through all the things that I went through in my life, so that I can be relatable to whatever situation that you're going through, and why the downloads or uploads that come to me pertain to real life situations. This is what things that I relate spiritually is for real life situations. I don't know anything about Dromedons and Andromedans and Lumerians and anything like that. You know, the high, you know, things that people talk about spiritually. You know, that's their spiritual path and what they are here to talk about. I'm here to talk about just real life situations and how spiritually that's playing out in your life or affecting your life, or why it's affecting your life. From my own experiences and from clients, and you know, and downloads. I've read tons of books. I haven't read every book, and however, but sometimes I can validate those things through books that I've read. However, now when I come to you, it's not from a book. It's just from the downloads that come from source. Okay. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope I stayed on point, because they were coming real fast. This is important for a lot of you that are in relationships, and a lot of you that stay in relationships that are not healthy for you, because you are being elevated up in your spirituality, in your journey. And you have to know, well, you will know when the person you're with is not conducive anymore. And then you have a decision to make. You know, you can stay there, because it may be that the person that is right for you might have to make room for them to come in, or you may just need to be to yourself for a while you're going through this, you know, and the person that you was with maybe can come back later. Who knows? That has happened. And so the thing is to focus on you as a divine being, what's going on, and how that affects those around you. And you're going to become more aware of it as you practice these things. One of the best things to do, because I like to give you something useful to use after my videos, is breathe from your abdomen. Take a deep breath from your abdomen, not your chest, from your abdomen. Hold it and breathe out. And I do this upon waking up in the morning. So in the morning, afternoon, whenever I wake up when I want to, depending on how late I stayed up. But when I wake up, that's one of the things I do, because what that does is it centers me, and it centers my energetic field. And then I go into my meditation to start my day. Okay. Or you might do that and then listen to a frequency. All right. Now, right now I'm learning about my own personal frequency and what frequency matches my frequency to listen to. And it's been exciting. It's been wonderful. So you might want to do that as well, you know. And sometimes you just know, trust yourself. You know the frequency that's right for you. Okay. All right. So I think that's it. Just to recap, you know, the person you're with causes entanglements. You are entangled with that person. They're entangled with you. And if they don't seem to be leveling up with you spiritually, it just may not be their path just yet, or they may be a little slower on their path. Okay, so be patient. Suggest that you be patient with them. And it may be that because you're affecting them so powerfully, your vibration going out, right, may be affecting them so powerfully that it may cause them to it may cause them to bring up things that they didn't even know was there, up and out. So that might look combative to you, They may start asking you questions, you know, in a just wanting to know type of way. So these things may occur. And put in a comment like some other things, some of you that may have experienced this, you know, some other things that may happen that I'm just not thinking about. This is not coming to my mind right now. I really appreciate those comments. Be respectful. If the comments are, you know, if they're negative, I don't even leave them there, because I just don't have negative energy around me, you know. So, all right, I will see you on the next video, and take care, and I love you, because I'm full of love for myself, and it can only flow over into you. See you soon.